Well, niños, whatever it is, welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to be a little bit more unhinged than normal videos. I've kind of had a lot of changes been going on recently, and had some new tech be introduced, like these microphones that I just got. Hopefully they're good enough to make the channel a little bit better. And now I kind of had to figure out what I'm going to do with it all. So for today's video, I pretty much am going to be reorganizing my room. I'm going to be giving you a little bit tour of everything going on here and show you some of the new tech I got. Starting with the most exciting one, this guy right here. So yeah, this is my newest little adventure here. I'm getting back into 3D printing. So this is the Bambu Labs P1S. Right now I'm printing off a future project. So if you guys want to stick around and find out about that later, I'll be talking about that. This is the second 3D printer I've owned so far. I owned one about 3 years ago. It was the Creality Ender 3. And while it was like nice and all, why there? Hello, Khaleesi. Hello, I'm making a video right now, Khaleesi. Khaleesi. Get out. I had a lot of issues with it, so I bought this one instead because it's just kind of plug and play and it just makes more sense to me. I opted out of the Bambu Labs Trier and filament enclosure, mainly because I'm not going to be doing very much or if any multicolored prints. So I picked up this $40 filament dryer instead because $40 is better than $150 from Bambu. This leads me to my next point about how you can probably notice by now everything is on the floor. And while that's okay, it's pretty much not ideal at all. So I'm hopefully just gonna move my desk like right here instead, in front of the window. So then I plan on putting shelving like right here. See the vision, see the vision, see the vision. But before I start moving everything around, I really need to clean up my desk. And I figured I'd show you guys all the stuff happening on my desk, starting with my pride and joy. I've lost count of how many PCs I've built over the years. This is probably like number 7 or something like that. This build is running an RTX 5070 Ti, a Ryzen 9 7900X, and I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. As for my speakers, they're from Presonic. I actually got them at a wholesale place for like 50 bucks. And the only thing wrong with them was the switch to turn them on and off soldering was bad. So I just had to replug that in and it worked fine ever since. My audio deck is the Scarlett 2i2. Got a love-hate relationship with that one. If you want to see a whole video about that, make it happen. Then I got my mouse, keyboard, controller, tape measure, webcam, and this light from Amazon that I love so much. It's got a light that goes above and below so I can see my desk and have a little light bouncing off the ceiling for some videos and phone calls and stuff. It's almost like a ritual at this point, moving my room around every single year or even a couple months though. I'm not really sure what it all started. I think whenever we get too comfortable with our surroundings, things get a little boring. So I like to spice it up, keep things fresh and new. Oh, and about this case that I bought for my computer, I love it and all, but getting those cables out every now and again is so annoying since the motherboard is like deep inside the case. As for the shelf I'm using, I actually got it out of storage from the garage. It was actually in my old room in my old house. You can see it in my old video here. I'm getting hot. Let me see if I can do one of those cool transitions. As for my little vacuum here, this is the Wise robot vacuum from, I guess, oh yeah, 2025, it's this year. Worked well, so I keep it around. Okay, now that my room is pretty much fully assembled, it's time to start upgrading it with some 3D prints that some of them I designed and some of them I did not. This first one here I did not design. I found it on the Bambu Labs community page, and it's just a basic pole mounted cable clip. I started noticing that whenever I was doing some prints, the printer would shake both the shelving unit and my desk like a whole lot. So I printed off these little bracket things that just hold everything to the wall really nice and securely. The next two things I printed out were mounts for a clothing rod. I made a part that attaches to my shelving unit and then a basic wall mount for my pole. I lost the footage to show you, but the pole does have a screw attaching the shelf mount to it, and then to lock it in a bit more, there's a block that slides onto it that is snug enough to keep it in place. So there was one thing I didn't talk about on my desk in the beginning of the video. It's actually my Stream Deck. The reason I didn't talk about that in the beginning was because when I built my new computer, I never set up the software for it and it just kind of became obsolete. I bought it thinking I would use it for all these amazing macros and whatnot, and I just never took the time to really put it into place. But things are changing now. So what I have right now for the Steam Deck with the new setup is I put a little bit of the Spotify buttons on it. I have a basic mic mute button. I have my power button, which actually just puts it to sleep, a settings button to take it to the Windows settings, my bedtime button, which that just puts my computer to sleep, and it actually controls my lights in my room. So it'll actually shut my bed lights down to about 10%, and then my little lamp here also down to 10%. And then I just kind of have a bottom row for like the lights. I can adjust them at any time I really want to. Back to my shelving unit real quick. The top shelf is pretty much for knickknacks and things like that. Things I'm not really going to use very often, probably just like showpieces or whatnot. My bottom shelf is pretty much only going to be used for like my tools and like miscellaneous, yeah, just tools pretty much. And the middle shelf is actually going to be all my ongoing projects that are happening right now. Yeah, so like I was saying in the beginning of the video, the new project that's on its way is the oscillating shoe rack, which I don't really know how much I really want to tell you guys, other than that it's taking me a lot of effort to have to learn just how to make the thing. This sprocket took me so long because I don't know what I'm doing. And there's so many different things like with the dimensions. You can't just measure things. It's not that easy, but I made it happen. So that was probably the biggest hurdle so far. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Oh, I almost forgot. My microphones, my Hollyland microphones. That's what I went with. So yeah, these are the Hollyland Lark M2. Pretty weird name. So far they're pretty good. So they come in this little case, nice and portable, comes with two mics, and they're actually magnet mounted. Like there's a little magnet on the back of here that you just kind of take off and you put it underneath your shirt and then it just mounts right up. It's pretty nice. The camera receiver, so this is a 3.5mm aux receiver that you can just hook up to any camera. But that's pretty standard for, I feel like, most microphones. The reason I went with this one specifically, one, it was only $75 on sale, and it actually came with a little bag of goodies. It came with like it comes with these little necklace mounts, so if you don't want to just use the magnet underneath your shirt, say you're wearing like a tank top or something, that's how they advertised it, or maybe you don't have a shirt on at all, you can just mount the mic straight up to this. It's pretty nice. They also have these little clips. They're also magnet mounted, so like I don't really know why you'd clip it, but I just haven't found a use case yet for it, I guess. Little fuzzy wind things, they're pretty cool. And then the most important thing, because you guys probably already know by now, I don't use a real camera. I use my phone to pretty much film everything. So because of that, I actually really needed this. This is just a USB-C input for the microphones. It actually also came with a lightning input. I don't really use lightning. Just the fact that they included a lightning, a USB-C, and a 3.5mm jack input receiver, that's just so thoughtful, and for this price you can't really beat that. So yeah, I'm very happy about this purchase. And then I also had these this really cool projector and speaker idea. So this is like a Bluetooth receiver, and these are actually some speakers. They're called resonance speakers. You'll see more of that hopefully soon. I was gonna include it in this video, but I just find these so fascinating that I think it's gotta have its own video. They're just so strange to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I don't really have much else to talk about. Really appreciate you guys watching the video, especially if you got this far. I really appreciate it. So yeah, stay tuned for some new 3D printing projects and maybe a projector project as well. We'll see. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you later.